So pretty much before every jump session, every workout, I'm doing some type of isometric exercise like this just for my patella tendon, so it just fires up your quad and takes a lot of pressure off your patella tendon. If you have some knee pain there, it can also reduce knee pain for your session and help you strengthen that tendon as you continue to sprint and jump and whatever other activities for your training or for your sport. So I do three sets on each leg, 30 to 45 seconds. I'm just pushing into this band as hard as I can. Switch sides. These ones are nice, you don't take any rest, just reset your timer and go, and then switch back to the other side. 3 sets total. Then I'll do a few like deep knee flexion exercises, a few reps, a couple rotation exercises just to get my hips and shoulders and everything moving, and then I'll go out, do kind of a little bit of a dynamic warm-up, and then I'll start jumping. The awesome thing here is I can have my hoop set up at 8.5 or 9 feet to start, so my jumps are really easy. I'm just working on rhythm, and then as I start to get warmed up, I can raise the hoop for each set of jumps so that I'm not trying to jump too high too early. If 10 foot is a difficult hoop height for you to dunk on, it would be like starting out, say you're squatting for the day and you jumped right to 315 on your squat instead of gradually warming up, empty bar, 95, 135, and working your way up. So I try to treat jumping the same way. I start out nice and low, try to have good movement pattern, and then as I get warmed up, raise that hoop up. As the hoop goes up, intensity goes up to just match the height and continue to dunk all the way up to 10 feet. So the Jump Science Shift program that I'm on right now is basically 4 workouts. It's isometrics every day, some knee health stuff, like I said, some deep knee flexion stuff, and then a lot of my lifts are either hip hinges, which is like a RDL, or cleans. So today's going to be some jumps and then some cleans along with some little bit of plyo stuff. And workout usually takes an hour to an hour and a half. On Fridays when I have a little bit more time, it's definitely like an hour and a half. During the week, I try to squeeze everything into maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and that just means usually my end jump height is not quite as intense. So I have a session or one jump session during the week that's not super intense. Usually don't go above like 9.5 feet. And then on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when I have a little bit more time, I can come in and do another jump session that's longer, have more time to build up in intensity. This is my cable rotation exercise. This is in the training, but I also like it just nice and light for a warm-up. On warm-ups, I try not to count too much reps. I will just kind of go until it feels right, like I'm getting loosened up and kind of activating my hips and knees, some core, and then I'll switch sides. Try to do about the same on each side. Then after rotations, we'll go to some deep knee flexion exercises. And when I'm doing these before I jump, I don't add that much weight or any weight at all. So one of my favorites is using a bench like this. I'll raise up my footholds here, and then I can lower, controlled. Same thing, I'm just trying to warm up my hips, my knees, ankles. This is a good test of how I'm gonna feel for the day. If I do these and they're pain-free, I usually have a pretty good jumping day. A lot of my intensity of jumping is just based on where my joints are for the day. So if my knees, hips, and ankles feel good, usually have a pretty intense session, jump pretty high. So we'll see, feels good today. We'll do one more set on the rotations, one more set on here, and then we'll go out in the gym and start a dynamic warm-up, and then get into some jumps. First couple jumps here, we're at just a little bit under 9 feet. So we'll do about 6 or 8 jumps and then start moving the hoop up little by little as we get moved up. next set of jumps, we're at about 9.3, maybe 9.4. Same thing, 6 or 8, nice and easy. We'll type our shoes and start getting a little bit of rhythm, a couple steps into the jump. To about 9.7, 9.8. We'll get a few more jumps.
raise it up right about 10 feet, and we'll do about 15 to 20 attempts. So make or miss, 15 to 20, right about 10 feet. So when I started the Jump Science Shift program, the biggest switch for me was the increase in jumping. So I dropped off a lot of squatting volume and deadlifting volume, but I ramped up a lot of jumping. Now I'm jumping 2 or sometimes 3 times a week, and also sprinting. So the impact on my tendons, it's taken me a little bit of time to work into that and get used to it. So I'm not using as much speed into my jumps. I'm doing a lot of like 1 or 2 steps, or just going really slow and then speeding up just on the last step or 2, working into my jump. As my knees feel better and better, I'll add more speed, which I know will help me jump higher, but for right now it's just about managing and keeping consistent so I can jump on every day when I'm supposed to. Try that again. Try to catch it with 2 hands this time so I can have a little more control. Just have to jump higher. We got about 4 or 5 more jumps left. The last 4 or 5, I just try to jump as high as I can, not worry about my tosses too much, and just 1 hand or 2 hand jump as high as I can, and make or miss, doesn't matter. I'm just trying to jump as high as I can, keep the effort at the top for the last 4 or 5, and then we'll go lift. All right, last jump. Just gonna try to catch this one too and dunk it one as hard as I can. Try to jump as high as I can for the last one. A younger, dumber version of me would probably go right to 275 after 225, but now I'll take a little more rest, go to 255, hit this, the form will be better, and then I'll hit 275, that one will look better. Just kind of priming my system a little bit as I get up heavier and heavier. So I used to not use straps hardly at all, unless I was at like above my PRs and stuff like that, or if I was doing like super high volume. Now,
training for jumping. I just want to be connected to the bar and not thinking about grip strength or losing the bar. So I think it helps me put more force into my legs without thinking about dropping the bar. We'll go to 305 here. Same thing, I mean, I used to probably throw straight to 315 after 275, but just that 10 pounds, this next lift will be a lot smoother, my technique will be better, and then I'll have 2 or 3 lifts left, depending on how it goes, and those will be super high effort. My technique might break down a little, but not much, because this set at 305 will get me ready for anything heavy. Anything over 300 is pretty much when I'm pulling and catching, I'm thinking about max effort or just kind of max intent. So pushing hard on the pull and then being really tight when I catch it. Sat back just a little too far on that one, but again, because I was smarter and didn't go right to 315, I caught it, stood it up pretty easy. Now I'll add 10, go up to 315. All right, 315, we'll go to 335. On these last couple pulls, I'm pretty much just pull as hard as I can, try to get tight for the catch. My squat strength is there, so that's nice. I used to struggle catching because my front squat wasn't what it is now. Now with my front squat, well over 400, I can usually catch these and be all right. But a lot of moving pieces when you're pulling a clean and catching. So a lot of technique, not just raw strength. I like the challenge of the coordination of these lifts as much as power production and squat strength. Be solid. I think we'll go up.
around kids in schools for the last 10 plus years. Kids have asked me the whole time, different groups of kids, if I'm in my prime. And it's a funny question because I've been lifting weights since I was 19. I just played sports and stuff in high school, played a little bit of baseball in college. And as far as just raw athleticism, I can jump higher now. I didn't do any track or anything in high school, but I would say I'm probably as fast, probably even faster, just because I've trained more speed. But that is the heaviest weight I've ever cleaned. So as far as like, you know, when you hit your prime, I think smart training can help you keep advancing for many years. I'm 33 and still getting stronger. Jump higher right now than I ever have. All kinds of like athletic prime, but I think probably just smart training is what's leading to consistent growth. It's pretty slow. I mean, I cleaned, I think I have a video cleaning maybe a pound or so less than this previously. So, I mean, you're talking about years to gain, you know, a few pounds on lifts, but yeah, it still keeps it fun because there's always weight you can add to the bar. There's always progress you can make when you're measuring things. And I think that's huge, like jumping on with Daniel's program. It just keeps me consistent. I do the same lifts, I jump, I track, you know, how much I'm lifting, and you know, it's fun because I can check in with him and adjust whenever I need to. You know, if I have knee pain or if I feel like I'm, you know, dropping off in performance or whatever. So make little adjustments and keep making progress for a lot of years. So pretty fun game. Next up, we got last two things, lunge jumps, and then we got some hanging leg raises. So a little bit of plyo after the lift, and then a little bit of core work. Twelve reps, 6 each side, and then we'll go hanging leg raise, 2 sets of 10. I like doing a lot of these plyos and stuff. My warm up before and my jumps after. Try to do them in just barefoot and socks to build my foot strength a little bit. Keep me out of shoes. Basketball shoes are great to jump in, but they're pretty constricting, especially for me. I have a wide foot and the shoe presses in on my foot a little bit. I have found a couple different pairs of Jordans that are pretty wide, so that helps me for jump sessions so my feet aren't squished. And I know being able to spread your toes out and build your foot strength helps then when you go to sprint and jump. So that's what I'm doing. Most of these, I try to do my deadlifts and things like that barefoot as well. These are in the program every week in 2 different styles. Sometimes they're slow and stop at the bottom. This week it's the rhythm one. So we got 1 more set of 10, just rhythm, touch the bottom, come back up. We're not kipping like you see in CrossFit or something, but just get to bottom, come to the top without relaxing your hips at all. And that strength, as I'm doing that, reminded me, because I've got a bunch of kids here at school learning, trying to learn and wanting to learn how to do backflips. And one of the things to do a backflip is that knee drive to chest, because when you jump to flip, once you get up in the air, that knee drive to your chest is what makes your flip quick. So this exercise would actually be a great one for them as they're kind of getting comfortable with being upside down and everything else. This would help with the ab strength for that.